Oh, you nearly just threw my washing tokens away.
Why did you put him in line? Why did you put him in line? Why did you put him in line? Yeah. Do you think it's valid?
Can I put these in your bag?
You're saying it's valid? You're saying it's valid?
Right, in the garden for 10 minutes while I talk to Graham, and then we'll go over to the park.
What do you think they're going to do for you in 10 years?
Have a look at the new rose bush.
Leave it for now. Yes, it can.
Go and have a look at the new rose bush. See if you can find the new rose bush.
By that time, your mummy may have found the reason for human life. Yeah. There's been a big development in Exeter.
Okay.
Big development. A big development.
They'll just take it for all your rent, you know that? Even if it's there, they'll just take it for all your rent and all your costs.
No, the big development. Why do you use the word even? E-V-E-N. You're a secondary modern schoolgirl.
Yes.
And you use that word.
I got expelled.
E-V-E-N.
What do you call it?
Why did you use that word?
Or what do you call it?
Why do you obviously immediately think the world hates you?
Why do I think that?
Yes, you do. You think the world hates you. Why did you do that?
Why do I think that?
Because you got a brain.
Elijah, you're in the garden for a minute.
Do you want Mickey Sutton involved? Do you? Do you?
Let's have a chat.
Please, can we do that?
Let's have a chat.
Thank you.
Right, well, my kids want to go to the park, and I promised them the park.
Kids.
Amen. So that's why I can't deal with you when my kids are out here.
Who cares?
Right, this is why we have battles. This is why me and you disagree. This is why me and you can't get on that level. I can see the kids, but as soon as...
That's a mistake. You destroyed your human life.
Excuse me, I've created human life 7 times. Do you not regret creating human life, Graham?
Let's go and get Bob Harris now. Should we do it now? I've told you before. Jimmy White knows. It's massive. I'm a very, very, very...
I can see you.
Clever film director. Lilica knows. Lilica and Victoria know. Know. Okay. Do you want to hear about them? Right. If you shut the fuck up for a second. Victoria and Lilica know.
I'm here, darling, but you can't go on the park. You're too young and you've got to go in small groups.
All you would do is rock with them. Victoria's cool.
I can see you. You can't go on that one, darling. You're too young. Anyway, my kids want to go over on the park, so you can come and talk to me on the park. If you want to come and talk to me on the park, you can talk to me on the park, but I'm going to the park. I'm going to go and move Elijah.
I'd rather die, mate.
Well, come and stand next to the park. No one can give a damn, can they? You live here, so... Just don't be so loud or obnoxious or kill kids.
Oh, really?
Call black kids
judgmental.
niggers.
Judgmental.
No, that's you calling them niggers. Don't call them niggers.
Really?
Yeah, don't call them niggers. I was American beatbox dancing last night down at the Common. It was cool as. African. It was cool. You'd have loved it. A load of black
Do you
people.
want now to hear the truth?
Go on, quick.
No?
My kids are there, so you're fine.
Okay, it's bad.
Go on.
It's bad. I'm very ashamed. My father was best friends with Adolf Hitler's driver. I will now tell you something I should never tell you any person in the world. But I'm going to tell you. I'm very ashamed.
On the other park.
I'm trusting you to keep this to yourself. Jenny knows, right?
You're on video. Your father was a Nazi.
John Edward William Patterson Eberhard was Adolf's driver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Elijah, have you found the rose garden here yet? There's a new rose here for the Queen.
Boris knows.
You can't go on there.
If you'll shut the fuck up, you'll hear me.
I've got to go. And Elijah doesn't understand he can't go on the big boys park.
Say that in 20 years.
When my 24-year-old doesn't give a fuck about me, or my 21-year-old.
And Adolf, it's bad. It's pretty serious, but I'm so sorry. I must apologize. I must apologize about my parents. Right, sit down, ring off me.
Why do you need to apologise, Graham?
Because my parents were so bad.
So why do you beat yourself up about it? Why do you poison yourself for what they were?
And that's just my parents. The Scots were worse.
What school did you go to?
The Scots were the worst.
Elijah, on the little park.
If you'll stop shouting for a second, I'll talk to you.
Okay.
Sandy Robinson was head of the mat. He was head of the mat. Sandy Robinson.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Uncle Arthur Scott was a sergeant in the mat. And we care for
Elijah, you stay where I can see you and you don't follow the boys.
Boris cares for you. Yeah, we don't hate you. We don't hate you. We look after the working class people. Yeah, we do.
Elijah!
Ring of nothing.
What, for him to go and get you drink?
No, I want to speak to Rob.
Right, well, I will ring Rob and then I'm going on the park.
Kelly, please. Kelly.
Shiloh.
It makes me creep. Less creep.
How do you feel that great... Oh, you moved over, have you?
Read loud. Your mother's a good...
Tell him to go. He's just told you to go to bed, mate.
Good to you.
Yeah.
Let's go and get my parents on.
No? Rob?
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to ring Rob as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm coming 30 years after your fucking...
Shush, your my son sat next to you with your language. Tell him when you're around, tell him stop it.
Ring him now, ring him now.
Elijah, Shiloh. Oh, yeah, okay.
What's so weird about... I mean, Graham. Kelly, you have to... Please, I'm begging you, Kelly. Please keep him away from me. You have to, Kelly, please.
Shiloh, he doesn't like kids, dude. I know. Ask him what the problem is. He's asking you to come to the park with Mum. He's saying come to the park with Mum. Come on then, you can come over to the park. Follow us to the park, Graham.
You have to talk to Rob.
I'll ring Rob for you quickly and then I'll go on the park with my kids.
Good.
Anything left
The
to say?
PA should be doing